Welcome to the Free Game Don D podcast, life, family, and business. Today, I have Lacey Doe in the studio. Some of you may know this, but Lacey is my daughter. And so today, we're doing Chopping It Up with Dad. She's tickled by this. I'm not sure why she's laughing so much.
What are we chopping?
Chopping it up with Dad, man. Like, what's going on with you? I mean, you're single.
Why do you have to tell?
I'm just saying, like, people need to know. I mean, I need my daughters to get married. I'm really getting tired of taking care of y'all. So, Sex in the City, like, what's going on with you?
I just want to know, do you have a homeboy? You remember?
Wow. Wow. Sometimes podcasts start out a certain way and they start going downhill. But no, man, chopping it up with Lacey, man. Jesus. Chopping it up with, man, this is all screwed up. But chopping it up with Dad. Like, what's going on with you?
I'm single. Life is great.
I was about to say cap, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is cap because I'm single or because life is great?
No, I'm just playing. I like to. I don't know. I was about to say cap, and then I didn't, but I kind of did. So, but
Because you still said it.
yeah, but I didn't. It was a petty in me. But I'm sorry. I apologize. Go ahead on. Continue.
Anyways, I'm single. I started a podcast. What else have I done? Life, clean up, pay bills. Nothing.
Let's go.
What should we talk about? I asked you for a homeboy. You didn't want to talk about that.
No, I didn't. I mean, yeah, that's a little too much. You
You
almost.
said that you're trying to like get.
I mean, you just got rid of a guy that was close to my age. I mean, so
exactly.
Yeah.
Therefore,
and you saw how that went. So I mean, so that's from he already had a wife. So and when they get my age, man, they got wives, they got grandkids. Like, hey, scratch it out, baby. I mean, they got grandkids, they got all kind of stuff going on. So you think older is better? I mean, sometimes that's the case, sometimes it's not. So just be careful.
well, what I'm supposed to do with younger? I haven't experiences with that, so I think I can give older one more shot.
No, I don't know about that.
So, what do you think my age range
Just
should be?
hang out at the local college.
Daddy,
Yeah.
hang out at a local college.
Yeah, just get you one of them freshmen.
He still want to run the street.
He's young, man. You can mold him. So you got to do what guys do. They get a young girl and they mold them.
Daddy, that's too much work.
That's too much work.
I feel like I didn't put in my time.
You put in your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to help you. I'm older than your stepmom. I mean, not really, but it sounded like something cool to say. Nah, man, just find you a guy your age, man. I mean, this notion that because people are older, they're going to be more mature. I don't really think that that's the case. I mean, I think that, maturity is what it is. It's not an age specific type thing where guys, because they're older, they're more mature. So you may find them more mature in certain things, and because if a guy's 40 years old and he's not settled down, that's a red flag. So I know when I was dating, if I seen when I was in my early 30s, I seen a female that was mid 30s and they were still single, I felt like something was wrong with her. Still single with no kids. Oh, something's definitely wrong with you.
So basically, I just need to find something.
I think sometimes in life you just gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta sometimes you gotta take one for your team. Not even take one for the team. Take one for your team, and your team is Lacey Doe, and your dad would like to have a grandkid one of these days.
So that's taking one for the team.
Well, I guess it is, but I was trying to make it sound like it was something that was just going to benefit you. But yeah, we would be, me and Michael would be really happy. Yeah.
So even if like my baby daddy is like, I end up on some Sexy Red type of like.
At this point, I'll take Sexy Red. I mean, I'll just take whatever you can give us. I mean, just whatever you can give us, man. We'll take it.
Are you serious? You gotta be kidding me.
No, not really. Girl, stay single, man. These I almost said the N-word, but these people ain't S. Just hold out till you find a real man, okay? I'm just messing with you, man. Till you find a real man. It's hard to find a real man out here, apparently. But I heard the dating pool is pretty bad out here these days. I thought it was rough when I was dating, but clearly it's a lot worse compared to what I'm hearing. So what kind of stuff you dealing with out here dating?
Crybabies.
Make sure you're talking to the mic.
I'm sure that I'm talking into the mic.
Okay, sorry.
Crybabies. Wives.
Oh, you dealing with wives? That's rough.
Daddy, no, but for real, on a serious note about my dating life, no, I had a thought of this question yesterday. I had a therapy session Friday with my therapist, and she had made a comment, and she was like, I was telling her about the situation with the crybaby, and she was like, I
That's just funny.
all identities.
You just said I talked about the situation with the crybaby. Jeez, I feel sorry for that. I hope he's not watching this, but go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So she was saying, like, she kind of basically said, like, with where I am now, I might be too healed for him. And it just made me feel some type of way. Because, like, do you think that's a thing to, like, be too healed for something?
I think you can be too healed. I mean, listen, man, when I was dating, I had women that had had some things going on, but as soon as I seen they had things going on, I mean, I had healed, man. I had been to therapy. I was in a better place. And once you get in a better place, man, it's really hard for you to deal with guys or even girls that are not in that place. Like, because you're at a point in your life, you're not dealing with any drama. Like, zero. None. So, yeah, like the last guy, I mean, I know you can't say his identity. When you called me about him, I was like, hey, yeah.
The crybaby guy?
Oh, he's the crybaby?
Well, we have the crybaby guy and then the scammer guy.
Oh, I think this was the crybaby, man. I can't.
The crybaby guy is the one from Atlanta.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
That's the one I recently called you about.
Yeah, he's the crybaby. Yeah, I was just, go ahead and.
But you was asking, like, do you think there was anything that you could have did wrong or something?
Well, I mean, you should always ask yourself if there's something that you could have did differently. I mean, but yeah.
Oh, so you thought like I should probably be done. He reached back out to me though.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, like the other day.
And you answered? Mm-hmm. That's problematic.
Yeah.
So
it is.
You gotta leave people on unread.
Daddy.
I'm just saying.
That's rude. You have an Android. Do y'all even do that? Like, do it show you?
Yeah.
You don't even know.
I probably don't. But I'm just saying, man. Like, you're not, there's no future with this guy. If a guy is emotional, man, when people show you who they are, you got one obligation, that's to believe them. You don't have any other obligations in life. And people show you who they are, it's like, hey, I got you, bro. I believe you. I believe you, man. You don't have to tell me twice. You're a little B. Yeah.
But what if it's just like, so I was on TikTok listening to this video and it was saying like that it was a lady talking, of course, and she was like, I give pretty much people like 3 chances. Like the first time that something go down, maybe this is just like the situation and how you handled it, like, just a one-off. And then she was like, then the second time, if you do it again, now I'm like, okay, this must be your character. So what if like the first time is just like he just handled it bad?
What's his therapist's name? I need to get you a new therapist, man.
No, I didn't say my therapist.
Oh, she didn't say this
off of TikTok. No, my therapist told me that I handled it very well and I need to move forward with my life.
Shout out to your therapist. So you got this information off of TikTok.
Yeah.
So we getting dating advice off of TikTok.
No, I was just scrolling.
But stop scrolling. he tried another social media site.
Well, Facebook don't help either.
Facebook don't help.
Let Facebook tell it. I just need to be INDE. You know what I'm saying?
What is that?
Independent.
You need to be independent.
Yeah,
I mean, well, you're already that. I mean, so
just be by myself for the rest of my life.
Well, I think that as a young lady, you're looking for an interdependence situation, someone that wants you and someone that you want, and you guys can depend on each other. You know what I'm saying? It's not weighted one way. It's like, you as a female have a man that that feels needed, and then you also feel needed, and you guys kind of just coexist together in a real partnership. And I don't think that's a lot to ask for, man. I mean, young folks, you guys live in a phenomenal era right now. So I'm just not sure. I'm not sure I don't know. I mean, that's rough, man. But I do think that Crybaby, yeah, it's time to move on past Crybaby and give some other candidates an opportunity for sure.
Well, Dad, he was just like, but when he called, it wasn't like, so we was talking, right? And then he apologized yet again. And then after we moved past the apology, he was like, that he wants to move forward. You want to get to know me, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, well, how do you feel? And I was like, I don't know. So I don't want to give you a definite answer because a part of me feels like it was just a situation, but there's a big part of me that just feels like this might be unhealthy for me. And he proceeds to say, yeah, I feel the same way. So why did you call my phone?
You should say, like, you want to know how I feel? Go watch the Free Game Don D podcast episode XYZ. Chopping it up with my daddy.
No.
I'm just saying.
So it ended with him saying like he wanted to take me to dinner, and I was like, oh, you think that I'm gonna come to Atlanta so you can take me to dinner? You cut this early because you was in your feelings. So if anything, you gonna have to make a trip back down here. But I was like, I don't know. Like, I just got a lot of other stuff going on. So then he was like, well, like, what do you think about us being like maybe just friends, whatever. I'm like, but you just had a whole tantrum about I don't got time to waste. And I look at it a little differently because I feel like when you are dating, essentially, I wouldn't say you're wasting time, but I did used to feel like I was wasting time dating. Like, oh, I'm not going to waste my time. But in the process of dating and even just casually talking and going on dates and it not going nowhere, I've learned a lot about myself and what I'm actually looking for. So I don't really classify that as like wasting time. And he was like, oh, well, we just different. Oh.
Yeah, we so different that we can't date. That's how different we are. And we can't be friends neither. I mean, you can text me every now and then, but that's how different we are, buddy. Maybe he's used to having ladies that don't have a dad or something. I'm not sure. You just got to just listen to your therapist, man. I mean, clearly she's a phenomenal therapist, obviously. So, and then I'm your other therapist. So, yeah, we're going to keep it pushing, man. We good. And that's how I look at y'all relationships. When y'all dating somebody, I'm like, we're together. And then once we decide that it's not going to work out, we're done. So, Crybaby, we're done. So, see if he's got any friends.
Eddie.
Text him, say, you got any friends?
You don't think that's like a rule? Like, I can't talk to none of his friends.
Why not?
Because I talk to him. Like, that's
I don't see rules are overrated. Rules are for losers. Winners break rules every single day, man. Winners win in the gray. So
basically, he might not be the one, but his homeboy.
Yeah, man.
I might need to.
He got a brother?
Go back.
I mean, gotta start thinking outside the box around here, man.
The brother. What about the uncle?
Thank you.
What do you think my age range should be?
What are you, 27 now?
I'm about to be 28.
About to be 28? Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, 24 to 32.
24?
Yeah, 'cause you can get a little younger sometimes. I mean, guys go younger. I mean, girls can go younger too.
Girls can go younger, but my fear is I'm gonna be having to tell little JJ to get up for college. Huh? baby, you got school. I don't want to be doing that.
Listen, man, these even guys your age and older are shopping on Temu and wearing Jordans and got their pants hanging down. So it's not. Listen, man. Even the guy that you was dating that was married, I mean, he had his pants hanging down. I seen him at the barbershop. I was like, that's the same guy that my daughter was dating. And I was just like, okay, well, that's what guys do. So it doesn't really matter. I mean,
It wasn't like that bad.
yeah. I mean,
When we was dating, it wasn't like that.
it wasn't that bad.
He didn't really like. I don't know. Maybe different environments
You
call
probably
for
just
different
ignored it.
situations.
Yeah. So if I'm in the
You're
environment-
dating me, then you know what you should dress like.
yeah, possibly. It's just, I know it's rough out there for you, man. So it's just, I don't know, man. I don't want you to settle, of course. I mean, but man, I think that I mean, 'cause you think about older, like, do you want kids? Yeah, so you get a dude that's too old. He might not want no kids.
Especially when he already got like 4 baby mamas and
Wow.
too specific.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, did Crybaby have any kids?
No.
Oh, okay. So
He didn't have any kids.
we can give Crybaby one more chance. He ain't got no kids. Unless something wrong with him. I mean, Crybaby, is he older than you?
He's about to be 31.
And he ain't got no kids. Oh, I don't know. He live in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
He lived with his mama.
can't say too much. 'Cause I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube. But he lives in Atlanta, 31 with no kids.
Yeah.
Does he like girls? I'm just asking.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I think so.
You think so? I'm just asking, man. You got to be careful, So I don't want to get kicked off of YouTube and nothing. I'm just saying. I'm just asking the question: does he like girls? Because he might not, and that's okay if he doesn't.
Like, is it because he's 31 with no kids that he might not?
I don't know. It's just
That's
a lot.
a sign. Like,
I don't know, man. It just seemed like there's a lot going on there. 31, no kids, can't have a can't communicate properly, can't have an adult conversation. You're going out with a female that's 3-4 years younger than you, and you can't even hold a grown up adult conversation with her. So that's I don't know, man. Listen, give it a chance, man. Don't pay me any attention, man. I mean, I'm probably right, but I mean, I could be wrong. So I mean, you just never know. I mean, you just never know, Lacey. You never know, man.
somebody told me I should date up, and that's part of my problem. That came from a man.
What did they say?
I should date up. So basically, like the example that he gave was like, you have your own house. You shouldn't be dating nobody that live with their mama.
I ain't gonna lie, man. So Crybaby live with his mama? Mm-hmm. Oh my God. It's moments like this I realize I didn't raise you right. So Crybaby lives with his mama.
He moved back in with
That's what they all say, But I just moved back. I was struggling. You ain't got no kids, bruh.
Daddy.
What are you struggling with?
Anyways, the advice I had got was to date up because I have my own place. So you should be dating a man with his own place. And then like, oh, you got a career. You need to be dating a man with a career.
Possibly. I mean, but what if you got a good job?
But like a job is still kind of like a career, right? Sort of.
Yeah. What about white people? I say white people. What about white guys?
I asked you. Remember?
What'd you ask me? Don't try that. I almost said, don't try that like I don't like white guys. But I mean, I don't like that. But like, so I mean, like everybody should be on the table at this point. I mean, we're, is
Crunch time?
Yeah, I mean, it's crunch time. I mean, so no, not really. I'm just saying. But no, I just want to make sure that you're not, leaving any other options off the table. I can understand how someone might want to say it'd be easier to date guys, that look like me. I understand that, but I just want to make sure that if a white guy do white guys talk to you?
Daddy, you know about the one? I actually did. That one year we was leaving from dinner for Kaylin. and we was walking across the street, and this white guy rolled down the window. It was like, woo! Type of thing. Like, you know, the way that they holler at us is...
Who is they?
The way white men holler when they're trying to, like, talk to a woman is completely different from a black man.
Okay.
Black man be like, what's up, shorty? You looking good. Like, what is that?
So what do white guys say?
They just be like, I don't know. You kind of expect them to be corny. Like, that's weird.
All the white guys I know are cool.
They're still corny.
I haven't seen that.
Dated one white guy, and I know you remember that white guy in high school that I was crazy about. His name was Tyler.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
We were supposed to go to prom together.
I understood. Yeah. I just don't want you to leave I just want you to leave any options off the table, man. So we're not gonna talk about Tyler. We're just moving forward to better things in life. So just give everything a chance. I mean, I see girls all the time, especially black girls, saying that they're dating outside of their race, and clearly that's a thing. And I saw something on Facebook now where I guess black women are dating white guys, and then the white guys are all spruced up now and cool and stuff.
It's called what's it called? The black white effect or something like that. The black effect. It's something like that. It's on TikTok.
You could have that effect on somebody, man.
I know. I just need to know where to go.
Oh, there's a place that black girls go.
Where do I find
to recruit these white guys?
Yes. There's no way that they're finding them. But I was also told I need to expand my horizon with where I choose to go. So I'm going to try that out.
Well, I mean, I guess. I mean, I met Michael in the club. So, I mean.
So I can meet my soulmate.
Yeah, and you're always in the club. So, I mean, I'm not sure. Like, I'm just saying. Hey.
I'm always in the club.
Well, not like that. I mean, that sounded worse.
Like, now you got to elaborate.
Well, that sounded worse than what it was. But like as a young person, I mean, when I met Michael, I was hanging out in the club Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes on Sunday. I was just partying and having fun and living a single life, and that's what you're supposed to be doing. So don't be ashamed of living your life. I mean, so yeah, I mean, you outside. I mean, it's okay to be outside. I've been outside before. I mean, so it's okay to be outside.
Interesting. Yeah. Not been told that before.
Yeah. You're an outside kind of girl.
What about
Not like that, but I'm just saying.
Because I went to the so what do you mean?
You can't meet nobody if you ain't outside. I mean, I'm just saying. You an outside.
I can get on dating apps. Like,
nah, you been watching Netflix? I mean,
I did watch that.
We was just watching the Tinder, Tinder Swindler,
the reindeer thing.
Nah, we was watching the Tinder Swindler. Nah, we good on that. I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that. Yeah, I don't know about them dating apps. I mean, I guess they can work. I mean, me and Michael had lunch with a gentleman that's affiliated with Success Team. Him and his wife met on a dating app, and they're phenomenal people. So clearly, you can meet someone on a dating app. So, yeah.
I'm thinking more so like 90 Day Fiance. Maybe my soulmate is in like
Philippines.
You told me to keep my options open.
So you want to get you want to start them out as a virtual assistant, and then next thing you know, y'all together.
That wouldn't be a bad idea because now I know what your work ethic is like. That's a great idea.
I don't think that's an idea at all. I think you're just saying stuff at this point.
What do you mean? I have thought about dating somebody in another country. Like, that has been proven to be successful too. And that's considered out. I could probably find somebody outside my race in another country.
After they take all your money.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Don't need that.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
I guess I'll just stick to being outside.
Yeah, just stay outside. I mean, outside worked for me. Look, I got Michael. I was outside, so just she was outside. I was outside. Just stay outside.
But how long was you outside?
I was outside a long time. So you'll find somebody. Just stay outside.
Is there any rules to probably what I shouldn't do when I'm outside?
I can't. Just be careful outside. That's all I'm gonna tell you, man. Just be careful. Just be careful.
Okay.
So this is your dating life. I mean, so it's been kind of rocky, up and down. Just finding a hard time finding someone that is I don't like to say on your level, but I mean just someone who thinks the way you think and move the way you move.
That's still considered on your level.
Yeah, I was just trying to be nice, but it's hard to find somebody on your level, right? Because I know Crybaby and some of your other guys, mama's boys, whatever. They're gonna probably see this and be like, "Oh my God, he's talking about us."
This man keep calling me a mama's boy.
Well, it's all of them. So nobody should ever feel any kind of way
left
about it.
out.
Yeah, they listen. It's all of y'all, and it's okay. I mean, it's okay. I mean, so and you can be a mama's boy and still be someone
And still date successfully.
and still date successfully, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I'm saying yeah, but do these guys have a successful relationship yet?
no.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe that doesn't work out for you. I don't know.
I mean, I think that it could with boundaries. And I feel like as you get older, like even with being a daddy's girl, like we even have boundaries. Like I'll call and vent to you, but I know that when I'm calling to vent to you, you're going to either just listen or you're going to provide some basic advice. Like, oh, maybe y'all could work it out.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like mama's boys, the mamas being too involved.
Right.
And that's where it be going left.
Because see, mama's boys' problem is that they think that their son is their man. That's the problem you got with a mama's boy. It's not even the boy, it's really the mama. The mama thinks that her son is her man. So she's going to be very protective of anyone talking to her man. So just think about it when you're dating a man that's your man. Do you want other women talking to him or no, because you're protective of your relationship with your man. And that's how some of these mothers look at their son. They think that that's their man. Now, they'll probably get offended when I say this, but it's true. I mean, they don't know how to differentiate. That's your son, lady. Lady, that's your son. That is not your man. So you're going to have to let him go out here and be a man. So he can't be a man messing around with you. So go let him do his thing, man. And you be the mama and let him be a young man and find his way.
I feel like that plays a role as well as like them thinking that they know their son more than you do. So like I seen a post on Facebook a while back that said nobody knows my man better than I do, including his mom. What do you think about that?
There's some truth to that. Michael knows me way better than my mom. There's no doubt. So but now granted, she's my wife, and I don't think that really matters. I think when we were dating, she probably knew me better than my mom. We just have intimate conversations. But with that being said, I mean, that does seem. It could be the case. I mean, but when you're dating, having a mom that's that intrusive, I mean, I guess that could be problematic, though.
Yeah, it can be problematic, very. So I think that it just depends. Like, I'm not really against dating somebody that's a mama's boy. I'm just against dating somebody that's a mama's boy with no boundaries.
But mama's boys probably listen to this. Like, what makes me a mama's boy? Like, what makes a guy a mama's boy?
What do you think?
I guess a guy that can't separate from his mother and have a successful relationship with another woman. The only woman he can have a successful relationship with is his mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, mommy. Like, he don't even call her mama. He calls her mommy.
Daddy.
Yeah, this is getting bad. But I'm just saying, if you're a mama's boy, man, listen, bro, you're never gonna have a successful relationship until you take it out your mouth. I'm just saying.
Stop.
I'm just saying. So if your mom has that much control over your life, you're just never going to be able to have a successful relationship. No matter who you are. It's not even picking on, one of your exes, just in general. I mean, you're going to have to stand on your own 2 feet. And truth be told, if Real mothers understand that. Real mothers want their sons to be real men. Real mothers want them to be a man because one day they're going to need somebody to lean on. You're raising a boy that has been conditioned to depend on you for his entire life. And one day you're going to have to depend on him, and he's not going to be able to do that because he hasn't been conditioned to stand on his own. But at some point, you're going to want to lean on this boy. But you're going to have to remember, you're the reason why you can't lean on him because you raised him that way. You raised him to be dependent upon you, and now you need him, and he's not even available. He doesn't even know how to be available. So real mothers raise men. They understand how important it is to let a boy be a man. And when he becomes a man, they don't interject. They let that man do his thing because honestly, if he marries, for instance, it's, you're dating a guy, he's a mama's boy, right? He marries you and y'all have a phenomenal marriage. One day mama needs something. She's up in age. Now he's got the help of not just the son, but also his wife. She's going to make sure you go take care of mama. Right. So strategically, it even makes more sense for women to make sure that their boys actually become men if they were thinking long term. But they're so busy thinking about, well, I don't want to lose my son and all this other stuff. It doesn't really matter. You need your son to grow so that he can help you because one day you're going to need him to be a man. Then you'll be complaining, I can't never depend on my son. Of course you can't. You raise him that way.
Mic drop.
I'm just saying.
So how do you feel about like that relating to like how you raised me then? Like, because I'm very like handle it myself or do it myself, or if I want it, I'm gonna do it. Like, no, it's just not an option. It's just like I'll figure it out type of thing.
Yeah.
So it comes off like very independent, which what I've been told is, oh, you being so independent it comes off intimidating when, you're talking to a man. And I just feel like it shouldn't be.
Stop it.
Oh.
It comes off intimidating when you're talking to a man. When you're talking to a man is a man. You ain't gonna never do nothing to stop a man from being a man. So whatever you say to me, if I'm a man, I'm not threatened by that if I'm a man. Right? So now, not to cut you off, I was just like, you're not talking to me, you're talking to boys. Because ain't no man gonna ever tell you that you're doing something to stop me from being a man. No man will ever tell you that. A boy will tell you that. No man will ever say, oh, the way you made me feel like I couldn't be a man. What? No man will ever tell you that. So I had to correct you on that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, I could see why I'm single.
No, but listen, now addressing your question though, you talked about like the way you were raised, the way I raised you. Listen, man, I seen certain things in the dynamic with the family, with you, and I said, well, I want to make sure that my daughter is strong, and I wanted you to be able to. I want you to be strong enough to lead, but secure enough to follow. And I think you will follow if you find a man. That's the thing about you. Like you, so if you're a single guy watching this, you're interested in Lacey, I'm gonna put y'all on some game. She wants to follow, but she's not gonna follow no boy. That's the problem. It's not that she's so independent that she won't follow. She will, and she has followed. She's followed some boys, and I was like, "What the hell is you doing?" She's followed some boys before. And she's learned from a lot of those mistakes. And she's just like, listen, I'm not going to do it. So she will follow, but she's strong enough to lead. She can hold her own. And I think that's the thing. And so I want to apologize for raising you to be strong enough to lead, but secure enough to follow. You're secure enough to follow. You will follow a man, but he will have to be a capital M-A-N. He will have to be a man. He won't follow no boy. You were not raised to blindly follow anybody. You were raised to follow someone that is competent, someone that is capable of leading you. If you're not capable of leading me, I'm not going to follow you, sir. I mean, it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So you will do it. So, so when it comes to raising you with that kind of mindset to handle your own business, to make your own money and things, have your own home. You bought your house at what, 22? You bought your own house at 22, 23, something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautiful home. I'm so proud of you. So I don't think I don't think women should have to. I don't think you have to dumb yourself down. Like I got to be less to make you feel like a man. I think you should be who you are, and what's meant for you will be attracted to you. It may take time. One thing about the right thing, you don't get to put a time limit on when the right thing is going to find you. You know what I'm saying? It's going to find you when the time is right. You don't determine when the time is right. The right thing in the universe determines when it's the right time, and it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. But I think you should be proud of the way you were raised because you can stand on your own 2 feet. It's a lot of women that cannot. They're in bad situations and they can't get out of them because they were never raised to stand on their own 2 feet. And that's the one thing about you and your sister. I tried to make sure that y'all, took that from everything that, like growing up, right? Some of your friends would get like cars and stuff for Sweet 16, brand new cars. And you would look at me. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. My job is not to give it to you. My job is to teach you how to get it for yourself. Because one day that skill set is going to be more valuable than the skill set your friend got who got a car that her parents gave her that she didn't appreciate. You being able to get it for yourself, that's a life skill. And that's the skill set that I'm teaching you and your sister. So any man that sleeps on you as a woman who can handle her own business is a fool. But like I said before, there's a lot of fools out here. So that is what it is. I mean, yeah, you can handle your own business. And I'm gonna be honest, man. When I met Michael, my dad used to always tell me, he said, son, because I had never had a woman that could, handle business and that would take care of things and take stuff off of my shoulders. And I wasn't used to it. I was used to having to do everything financially. So when I met a woman that could step in and do some stuff, I was a little threatened by that. Some of these guys that you get with, they've never had a woman of your caliber. They never had a woman that could help them make things happen, a woman that had vision, a woman that was thinking way beyond where we currently are. You're the first one, and it's scary. I tried to break up with Michael several times. I was like, man, this is too much. This is way out of the norm, and so I wasn't used to that. Something happened to Michael. I'm used to this. So it's like, I can't accept nothing less. Like, you're going to have to be so much better to just get my attention. But some of these guys are just like, they're not used to a woman that can move how she wants to move. They're not used to that. So you almost have to give them a little bit of grace, because they're not used to that. And now I'm kind of feeling bad for Crybaby. Maybe Crybaby never had a woman like your therapist said, a woman that was healed, a woman that is accept responsibility for her life and her mistakes, what she's going through, things that she's blamed somebody else for, but ultimately, I let you do this to me, so this is still on me. So you're in a very mature place right now. And sometimes men have a hard time dealing with that because they're not there yet. He may be 31, but mentally he may be 21. He's just not there yet where he's had ownership of everything he's done in his life. He's probably still blaming girls for other stuff they've done to him. Oh, these girls have done me wrong. I'm sure that's probably the case. And I don't even know the guy, but that just sounds like the profile.
Yeah. We had a conversation about that, and he had brought up his ex, which I had no intention of bringing up mine. I'm learning as I'm going forward. It's unattractive to talk and spend so much time about your ex, So my little slogan with that is it just didn't work out because ultimately it didn't. If it did, I wouldn't be talking to you. So we were talking. He was trying to get me to understand why he expected those things from me, and he brought up how
Hold up, you were dating this. Let's give him his little backstory here. So you were dating this guy. You went on 2 or 3 dates, and what did he expect from you?
We went on 2 dates. First of all,
not even 3.
We went on 2 in the span of a month of talking. We haven't even discussed that we're dating. We're just talking. Favorite color? Is your parents in your life? Do you think you know how to communicate? We were talking. And the first 2 days, they went great, as they always do for the most part. And then within a month of us talking, he said, well, he made plans to come down here the week that we started talking. So we already knew he was coming the weekend that he came on day 3 of us talking. So he came down. I had little game night gathering at my house with some friends that invited some of their friends or whatever, a little small thing or whatever. And he expected me to fix his plate. And I didn't. And so that became like a topic of the question was, you didn't.
So after 2 dates, he expected you to fix his plate at something that you had at your house. Okay, go ahead.
So the question or the sentence that was said was, since you didn't show me any chivalry, I didn't show you any chivalry. And I'm like, well, what do you mean by that? Well, because you didn't fix my plate, I didn't feel obligated to ask you, did you need help with anything like trash wise, or do I need to take out the trash? So I'm like, well, I think that just goes back to a respect level. Like it gives off, I don't respect women. Because if you're a gentleman, your character should always remain gentleman. It don't matter how I respond. I just feel like if you're a gentleman, it's going to always remain that. So I'm just like, that's a problem for me, because now I'm looking into, if this were to go anywhere, I can't ignore this. If this were to go anywhere.
Hold up, Lacey. I got to stop you at mid-thought. You basically say, if this is who you are, if you're a gentleman, you're a gentleman. You can't tell me because I didn't do something that you thought that I should have done that all of a sudden that you're not a gentleman anymore. Boy, you ain't no gentleman, boy. I like that, Lacey, man.
I'm going to use that.
Big dog. I like that. I'm definitely going to use that. Go ahead, big dog. Should have said, you ain't no man. You ain't going to take the trash out, boy? That what you should have said. Boy, you
said, if my daddy was here, that's how we be getting in trouble now. Let me call my daddy to do it.
No, don't say that. They don't want to hear that.
That would definitely cause.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So when he said that, I'm just like, okay, that's like a red flag for me, because now I'm thinking past talking and dating in this moment where I'm like, okay, if I was to actually entertain this or whatever, there is a chance that I might have an issue where we at odds. We might be having a disagreement. We just simply didn't agree on something. And because we didn't agree, now I got to worry about you not being a gentleman to me. Like, that's crazy.
He get mad at you. Y'all together. The trash piling up. I ain't taking the trash out because I'm
now
mad.
I got to take it out. We done missed trash day.
Now you got to call your daddy. So let me call my daddy.
And my uncle cut my grass. So now I got to ask him, you know how that look? Like, hey, uncle, when you come, cut the grass, can you pull the trash? This man mad at me. I just don't want to, I'm not interested in that anymore. So
yeah. And you be talking under your breath. That's how things get bad. Like, you ignore the signs and then you with this guy. He didn't take the trash out. You calling him a ban. And some of y'all don't know what a ban is. I can't say it. But yeah, you calling him a ban and stuff all under your breath and stuff. You know what a ban is, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, and then you marry this guy and you missed all these signs. And that's why I say, man, when you see certain stuff, you just, hey, it is what it is, man. You show me who you are, I'm going to believe you. I have to. Because I'm setting myself up for failure if I don't. So shout out to you, man. Big dog. You ain't going to take the trash out? Right. I was looking at him like, first of all, you probably was like, boy, I'll take the trash out myself.
I definitely did.
I'm really not tripping. And you can forget about it. You might have was going to get some, but look how you
can't even take out the trash.
Can't even take the trash out. Can't even take the trash out, boy. Dummy.
What's so funny about that is at the end of the night, one of my friends was there. He is single, of course, but strictly platonic relationship.
No
he goes, it's platonic. He goes in there.
Is he gay?
No.
I'm sorry.
And he goes in there. He goes in there and he takes out the trash. He was like, Lacey, which side of the house is your trash can on? Ooh. It was going to get taken out one way or another. But this was somebody that didn't come and eat none of the food that was presented because he came so late. So he didn't eat none of the food that was presented. No, you technically didn't have no trash in there. So I just feel like overall, in general, like, I take you to one of my friends' houses and we there for a little gathering. You're telling me I'm gonna have to be like, hey, help, try to help clean up. Like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, that's a lot
for that age.
But I think that's part of the problem with women. Y'all are expecting a certain level of maturity with age. So that's why I say you get you a little 21-year-old boy. He gonna do whatever you tell him to do, man. That boy, he fresh out of college, man. You tell that boy, take that trash out. He gonna do it. He just happy to be at his mama house. Y'all be trying to go older, man. Y'all better go younger, man.
I did watch this movie on Netflix about this lady who dated a guy that was 25 and she was 47 or something like that. And she got bashed for it. And she had made, like, pretty much the goal of the movie was like when a man does it, it's praised upon, but when a woman does it's looked down on. And her and the guy ended up, like, you know, being together, but she had ended up telling him, like, no, I can't, you're the age of my daughter. And he was just like, so type of thing. But then at the end of the movie, they got back together. It was so.
But this ain't even a crazy age gap. Like you're 27. If you were dating a guy that was 21, I mean, you know.
Yeah, I think 21 is pushing it.
You just got to think like guys think. I'm gonna get this little girl. She gonna do whatever I tell her to do. That's how you got to be thinking too.
Yeah, that's what they be thinking. You're right. That was the thought.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking, y'all. So don't take this. Don't take this. I mean, kinda, but you know.
I think 21 is too low. I could
24.
24 is
24
is manageable.
Yeah, 24.
24 is manageable. He's still like, 24 is manageable.
Yeah. Any of the little boys be trying to talk to you? Mm-hmm. You probably be like, little boy gone, and that might be the one. You done sat there and blocked your blessing.
Dang.
He got on this little Temu outfit and everything. You just done kicked him to the curb.
Daddy.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna have to be more mindful of that. You
gotta be more open, man. You can't be leaving guys out, man.
I just didn't want to date nobody. I think my experience with dating people close to my age or around my age just turned me off, that I didn't want anything of that group. But then dating older
that's not working out either.
Did too much better. So it actually got worse. Be like one skeleton, then you open the closet and it's like 10 of them.
Yeah. Hang in there, man. That's all I can say, man. So, and I appreciate you sharing a lot of things with me, because I know a lot of times you call me. I know about all these guys, and it's kind of funny, but like, thank you for sharing a lot of this stuff with me. I mean, and trusting me with this information. I mean, because, you know, as a father, I mean, a lot of fathers wouldn't want to hear the stuff that I be hearing. You know, you and your sister KK be telling me, I mean, yeah, I had enough of your stuff, but your stuff I can handle, Lacey. But I appreciate it. No, I really do. I mean, it's, you know, and I never judge you or anything like that. I understand that you're out here trying to figure it out. I was trying to figure it out too. You know, our parents, different generation, they were probably more judgmental. But I think that as a parent, you continue to evolve and you realize that your children trying to figure this out just like you. And hell, sometimes I'm still trying to figure it out. So yeah, continue to figure it out, man. Don't give up on love. I mean, it's out there, man. You just stop looking for it. Continue to just be a better you. You know what I'm saying? Like, continue to be a better you. Like, the healthier you get. You just had a very healthy exchange with a guy where basically, you know, you realize in that situation that you were too healed for him. If you'd have met this guy a year ago, you probably would still be going out on dates with him, because you're still confused about where you are in the dating process and who you are as a person. But when you start to know you, child, girl, boy, I ain't worried about that trash. Bye. I'm going back to it. Goodbye. But he'd have met you last year. You would have been trying to follow. I don't know what happened.
I would have been on the way to Atlanta.
You'd have been on the way to Atlanta. That boy done mess around and let you grow. He done messed up. Boy, ain't nothing like growing, man. You mess around and grow. Ooh. Boy, they can't tell you nothing when you grow, man. You don't grow, man. That's good, man. Applaud yourself, man. I mean, when what's for you is meant to be for you, it's gonna come to you. You ain't gonna be looking for it. It's gonna be like how I found Michael. I wasn't looking for Michael. I was just getting to where I love Donald. So, you know, so you're at a point now where you're loving Lacey. Oh, when you love the skin you in, oh my God, man. So keep doing that, man. That's your number one job. Continue to love the skin that you in. You know what I'm saying? And then find someone else that loves the skin that they're in. Crybaby don't love the skin he in. And that's okay. I mean, text him your therapist. I mean, he's probably going to get offended by it, but it will probably help him out later on in life.
He said that he was going to therapy.
He need a new one.
I think he had stopped because like the day that he came, I don't know if he actually went on that appointment or not, but the day he came down here, he was supposed to be going to therapy or whatever. And I don't know if it didn't work or what happened. Something happened somewhere. But yeah, I had talked to my therapist about it. And she actually told me that that session ended with me saying, like, it's okay. I actually don't feel no kind of way because I feel like I'm more so standing on what I want from a man versus saying it's a preference. Like, I would prefer you to take out the trash, but it's okay if you don't. No, it's not okay. If you're going to come over here, you're going to take out the trash. Now, if you don't like it, you can go stay somewhere else.
So hold up now, because he came to your house, he ate your food.
And didn't take out the trash.
No, not just that. He sat on your couch.
Oh, yeah.
He breathed up your air conditioning because my daddy, they would tell us about everything we did. He probably used your socket to charge his phone up. And he went to the bathroom and flushed your water and washed your hands in your sink and washed his hands in your sink. And he couldn't even take out the trash. Boy, don't let me catch you over my daughter's house no more. Like, good Lord. Couldn't even take the trash out.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was.
Well, you know what? He did take the trash out. He left. Yeah.
He did leave.
And that's the trash. You missed it. You got to stay on me. I'm fast. He took the trash out. All the way back to Atlanta. I'm just saying. This is probably not going to help you guys, but it's okay.
It's not. One of really, I guess it's our friend at this point, told me, you really need you a strong man. That's what you need. And it's going to take a strong, because we was talking about somebody. It was actually a guy I had went on a date with before, but it didn't go nowhere because he had made a comment about like, I was like fluffy. It was a weight comment. And he was trying to say like, oh, like, I don't, I guess, usually go after these kind of women. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. You're usually a bit skinny than what I would go after as well. Wow. So that offended him because he said that I said that he wasn't my type, essentially. I said, yeah, technically you're not my type. Like, technically. However, I think we get so caught up in types from a physical standpoint, and then it leads us to nothing. So it's like, yeah, my type physically hasn't been getting me anywhere because emotionally and mentally they're lacking everything that I actually need. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to date somebody that's unattractive because I still need you to be, good to look at. However, that's less of my focus.
Okay. I don't know. So he called you fluffy. I know that probably pissed you off.
I was like, you're skinny. Basically.
So basically you went,
Yeah, I went there.
Yeah, you did. Okay.
That was a year ago.
Well, you've grown since then. So you probably would be like, yeah, I know I could, I know I'm a little fluffy. It's okay. So, and you would have ate that and kept going, right?
Yeah.
But a year ago, oh my God.
Yeah.
Was he in your car?
No.
Oh, okay.
He had his own car.
He's going to drop me off.
We went on the date. We both drove separately. Then when I got home and he got home, we were like recapping the date. Like, oh, I had so much fun. He took me to a baseball game. It was really cute, cool, out of the box. And he taught me how to look at baseball. Mm-hmm. And then as we were talking, and he's just like, I don't even know how it came up, but I would never forget. He said I was fluffy. That was the term he used to describe my weight. And I said, you skinny. And I usually go after something a little bit more
meaty. Yeah, so he called you fat and you called him skinny.
Yeah, he was like, well, since I'm not your type, that means that you'll cheat on me. And like, I'm good on that. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine.
You said that?
Yeah.
Lacey, that's good.
We're actually still cool. Just like speaking cool.
Yeah.
Like, no bad blood, but don't try to spin the block. Ain't no U-turns, baby.
Don't try to spin the block.
Dead end.
So your dating chronicles, I know sometimes you talk about it on social media. So you have some interesting stuff that goes on when it comes to you and dating. So right now, are you dating anybody?
I would say no. Like, I'm not dating anybody.
That's weird. If you ask a female, like, are you dating someone, and they say, I would say no.
Yeah, because I don't know if somebody would say that they are dating me. But I'm not dating anybody.
Oh, so they might think that they're dating you, but you're not dating them.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right. Well, so if you think you're dating my daughter and you just heard that, Is what it is. Listen, that's going to conclude this episode of Free Game Don D, Life, Family, and Business. Chopping it up with Daddy. You can follow Lacey where? Where can they follow you, Lacey?
On Instagram and TikTok, Let Lacey Tell It.
And what about YouTube?
Let Lacey
Talk
Tell
about
It.
your podcast.
Oh, what do you want me to say? I started a new podcast, and we talk about no topic is off topic, so everything is on the table. We just did an episode about mental health, and then I just did another one. What? Oh, I'm gonna get back with my ex. Yeah, so I just did another one. So pretty much I talk about everything, like real stuff, not that other stuff that we want to see, like the real life, real stuff that pretty much people be like, oh, you telling your business. At least you know Lacey told it.
Right. Guys, this is going to conclude the episode of Free Game Don D, Life, Family, and Business.